Hear ye, hear ye. David Kitchen having to restart his computer moments before the show cashes at -600. This is the Swolecast. David Kitchen will be here eventually. Today we're drafting a Best Ball Mania draft with challenges. Roll the intro, Sosa. Can
you David Static from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys. Live a little late, the David Kitchen story, the David Kitchen SEO. So right now you're just getting me and Davis Maddock. Davis, how's it going? You know, being a competent streamer who can show up on time and turn on a camera and a mic.
My worst fear is actually becoming a David Kitchen-esque streamer where it becomes a continual joke between the people who show up in chat that I'm never there on time. So I'm there, I'm locked in. Like I streamed at 8 o'clock this morning. I was at my desk at 7:30 with the StreamYard studio open, the Underdog tab open. I am not going to be caught with my drawers down. And turns out it's actually not that hard. It's really, it's fairly simple. You press about 3 buttons. There he is.
So approximately 8 minutes ago, having to restart his computer. 8 minutes later, he's here. Did you get the cookies cleared?
No.
Kitchen.
Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was sabotaged. I was sabotaged. I was.
Hey, JJ?
Somebody. JJ sent. So I go into the streaming studio and I'm like, why isn't the computer turning on? Someone had removed the USB-C cord from the computer to the monitor. I don't know who, but I'm going to get to the bottom of this because someone has a mole inside of this office, and we can't stand for that. We cannot stand for that. But anyways, how are you guys doing?
Well,
we're doing great.
We're doing fine, but we need to speed this up because I got an Overzets overview. We got a draft to do. Some of us have a show at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Oh,
and, you got us off on the wrong foot, Kitchen.
Yeah, I also have a heart out.
Okay, I'm getting a wolf trying to. Okay, so all right,
David.
let me get. Sorry, this is not me. I'm the victim here. I am the victim. But while I get this figured out, why don't we just get into Overzet's overview?
Got that dog in her butt. Got that dog in her butt. Overzet overview. Come
on. We actually have a couple bonus jokes today that are going to get to be woven in, weren't part of the initial script. The first one I just thought of right now is when David Kitchen hears about clearing cookies from your computer cache, it's actually clearing the crumbs from his keyboard.
Oh, that's it. That was a good one.
Sometimes the best jokes are the easiest jokes.
All right, but I need to get serious right now because there are so few American patriots these days. Heroes willing to actually put their country's needs ahead of their own wants and desires. Courageous patriots willing to speak when no one else is willing to speak. It's important that we acknowledge these heroes when they emerge. And that's why I want to give a Best Ball Medal of Honor to one Mr. Davis Maddock for being brave enough to go live. Yes, let me, Kitchen. And that's why I want to give a Best Ball Medal of Honor to one Mr. Davis Maddock for being brave enough to go live on YouTube immediately following this weekend's assassination attempt of Donald Trump.
No!
Put this medal on you.
Is that real?
Yeah,
I literally,
real.
Dave, I see a tweet in Discord and I'm like, oh, Trump's alive. It's fine. Because I'd scheduled to go live. So I was like, Trump didn't die. I'm just going to go live. I really didn't think that people were going to care that much, to be frank.
Kitchen, don't worry. Davis deftly discussed the election ramifications of the event and framed it alongside the history of political violence in America. I'm just kidding. He did a bunch of $5 drafts on Underdog.
No, I pulled up Poly Market so that everyone could see how it was impacting the betting markets. That was the coverage that we did.
I couldn't get the full clip added here, but I can share it with you here. The gunman was just killed by Secret Service agents. Use promo code Davis when you deposit for up to a $250 deposit match. All right. Thank you, Davis, for streaming through it for all of us. In other news, DFS legend, Millie Maker winner, and successful YouTuber Al Smizzle retired from the DFS content world yesterday in a post he made on his Twitter. When asked why, he said 2 words: Davis Matic. When I saw that these young bucks were willing to go head-to-head with CNN to talk best ball portfolio diversification, I knew I couldn't compete anymore. But for real, shout out to Smiz. Seriously, a true legend. And if you do want to come out of retirement and do a show that requires absolutely no work, we got a spot for you on the Swolecast. No, seriously, we have a spot for you.
We have a spot for you.
Refuses to respond to our message.
I literally tagged Tuttle in a tweet today. No chance he responds to me.
He liked
0%.
it. He liked it.
Well, I should say, like, we honestly should be doing a college football draft right now where Tuttle roasts us for our idiot selections. I know none of the players, but that's a content idea that makes far too much sense for us to ever execute.
Tuttle, behind the scenes, Tuttle is working on rankings right now for the college football underdog streets. So maybe next week we can have college football thought leader Tuttle on the show.
I love that. I do have a guest joke about Davis that Davis wrote for himself. I will read. Davis says, I don't want to write the overs that's over for you, but here is one I wrote anyways. Davis finished top 10 in the entire industry in accuracy per Fantasy Pros, calling in to question the objective reality and if accuracy could even exist. Thank you, Davis.
You could have cleaned that up with like 5 minutes. You could have cleaned that up. That could have been like a 9 out of 10 for your overset.
It's far funnier reading it verbatim from you.
So sometimes I don't know if you're serious or not. He really sent you a brag disguised as an overset.
It's in our group chat. It's in our.
It's not. First off, it's not a brag. Let me tell you how I finished top 10 in accuracy. I copy and pasted.
We can get into that in a second. Finish your overset overview.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Where am I here? Oh yeah. David Kitchen has found himself embittered in a toxic beef with another fantasy football thought leader. In one corner, you have a man whose brand is so synonymous with the draft strategy that when you Google said strategy, the top result is his personal, wildly successful website where he sells ungodly amounts of fantasy draft guides with very little overhead costs. In the other corner, you have a man so impossibly inept at SEO that when you search his fledgling best ball YouTube, you get Kenny Chesney music videos for the song Live a Little and videos from a youth chess teacher named Liam Murphy. A lot of people have asked me whose side I'm on, and it's tough. Yeah. On the one hand, JJ Zachariason has invited me on his terrific new show, Becoming a Best Ball Bro. And on the other hand, Soccer Dave may or may not have finished in the top 250 in that one draft.
I check, Dave. I check every day on YouTube. Every day, one of my morning chores, I search Live a Little David Kitchen Fantasy Football just to see if I can even find your YouTube account. As of July 17th, the answer is still no.
I'm sorry I'm in your head, bro.
And I will say, just to put a bow on this beef, in whose side I'm on, the real answer is neither, because both of them are drafting Russell Wilson this year. Back to you, Dave.
Wow. I don't know where to begin with that. I love the overview. I cannot believe I'm trying to restart all this computer stuff, and I miss Davis's. Hey, I don't want to write the oversets overview, but there's a good bit with he finished top 10 in the entire industry. I mean, I'm going to start sending you some bits for the overview next time as well.
This basically my dream would be if I could turn this into like what happens with the randomizer, where I just crowdsource all the prompts, so I don't have to write them. If people could just write my overzets overview for me, then
I'm not saying that was a good joke. It wasn't. That's like a 5 out of 10 polite chuckle. What I'm saying is that you could have made it a very good joke.
Yes.
Ooh, look at this.
I'm not in this draft because we did not even.
I did. I put it in the chat. I put it in the private chat and I tagged you in Slack.
It's fine. I will roast your drafts.
Are you in another draft?
No. We didn't even touch base on when our code word was.
This is, by the way, literally 9 million% David Kitchen's fault. This
No.
David
I got
Kitchen's fault.
I got the prompt. Listen, just
Peter, you don't understand. Peter is a professional. He's not checking Twitter. He's not checking Slack. He's locked in. Peter, you can co-draft this team with me, buddy. We could do this one together. All right?
Okay.
This
there we
is
go.
not
We're
on me. Listen,
David,
it
is on you.
We're
because
all learning tough.
We didn't have a pre-show meeting.
Okay, well, you should say, hey, just because I'm not here doesn't mean everything falls apart. Like, listen, like you can still plan and just let me know what the plan is. Unbelievable. All right, let's do this. I'm firmly on this hill of Tyreek over CeeDee Lamb. Don't care.
That seems quite bad.
You know how we always say, like, if you're only going to do a handful of drafts, go and get your guys. I think David Kitchen takes that to heart.
David, I just realized something I'm going to do. I've got vidIQ pulled up right now. I'm going to tag all of my videos with Live a Little David Kitchen Fantasy Football. Mess with your SEO even further.
Do not.
If you are a budding YouTube streamer, everyone use the tag David Kitchen Live a Little on your videos.
Dude, do not.
I'm going to. I promise you, I'm really going to do it.
That really is like sabotage SEO.
Peter, chat had a good idea. You and I should merge our objectives into one team. PM me.
I was actually thinking that. Do you want me to DM you what ours is?
DM me what yours is.
Well, I had given Davis his one, so I know that one, and I'll message you what the All
right, we are on the clock right now. I can't really do anything with my objective here.
Puka?
So I'm just gonna select Puka. Yeah. All right. Yeah, on July 25th, Davis-Matic Fantasy Football will be above Live a Little in YouTube SEO. I think that's probably true.
We'll see. Let me just say there has been a huge outpouring of support. This past week has been honestly a whirlwind for yours truly. You know, we started we started the Live a Little personal fantasy stream. How do
your bosses feel about that? Have you sort of cleared that with the big wigs at Better Collective?
Listen, I told you we're only promoting, like, just wait till we get our lab stuff, like Kerner and Raybon number 4 and number 5 in draft accuracy last year.
Who was right below them?
I focus on top 5. These guys in it every year. We're gonna have their stuff on Fantasy
JT
Lab.
Peter.
Sure.
So with that being said, I go on Pete's best ball roast, or the ship chasing best ball roast, and did not expect what was happening next. Like, getting just all sorts of love and support, and then just a random attack, an unprovoked attack. And for those that have been in the X streets, you know that I was, a few shots taken at me, but they just grazed the air, So I'm still here, and we're going to fight in the baseball streets.
For you, that's a pretty good bit. For you, that's a pretty good bit, Dave.
Kitchen, you should have just like a little like pillow bandage on your ear to show where JJ got you.
But seriously though, the love and support that has been showed towards me
Okay,
has been awesome.
can I seriously ask a question? How much did
What's
you
that?
pay JJ to send that tweet?
Oh, I had no clue he was going to send that tweet.
This is like back in the day in DFS, like Tommy G wanting to get in Twitter arguments with people to promote his site.
And that's what I said. Like that's exactly what I was saying, is that it was something where I remember Tommy and Dink. Like Tommy trying to convince Dink to have I'm on the clock again.
Tyreek, Devonta,
Baby.
real piss boy start, Dave. Oh, Devin A-Chain, you're really trying to be a piss boy.
Yeah.
Your challenge is to draft like Peter if he would have gotten in the draft. Kitchen, I do want to congratulate you. Your first 4-figure view count on your channel broke 1,000 on your most recent sub or your most recent video.
Yeah.
I did just batch tag all of my videos on vidIQ with Live a Little David Kitchen Fantasy Football. Not a joke. 100% not a joke.
So
what do you
tonight,
think will happen first? Davis on Live a Little or Kitchen on Davis Maddock? YouTube stream swap.
It depends.
David will come on mine first.
Yeah.
Because Dave is going to stream late at night when I'm already in bed, dude.
No, and I've already said I'm not giving Davis any exposure until I win this bet and get to 5K.
He says while platforming Davis on his company's airwaves.
All right, Pete, we got Derrick Henry, Michael Pittman Jr., Tank Dell, Zay Flowers by my rankings. Tank?
I never get Tank anymore. All the slappies taken before me.
I am in about 97 slow puppies on underdog.com right now, and I think I've taken Tank Dell in like 53 of them.
Did you guys have any comments on the big DraftKings 10K live stream featuring notorious internet personalities like Justin Hertzik, Osimo, and a man named Big Cat?
Turn on marketing, baby. Turn on marketing.
You left out Bobby Gomes. He was in that as well.
Bobby Gomes, look at that.
Shout out Bobby Gomes. There is a pick coming up, Peter, that will help me fulfill my mission for sure.
Okay. I will let you make it. And
actually, I would say when and if I'm able to make this selection, people who have been listening to my well, never mind. I can't make it because Laporta just went.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
We are on the clock. We got Pittman after ADP, Pickens, T, Amari Cooper. That's actually both by my rank and by ADP.
I normally do T here, but I don't feel strongly.
That kind of helps fulfill my mission. So I will say not to the degree. Laporta basically would have completed my mission, but T. Higgins definitely helps the mission a good bit.
Well, your mission that I gave you is fairly binary, so I feel like it's either completing
it.
I
don't have the thing, like I'm having to check while we're doing this. I'm having to check.
No more hints.
Okay.
We can't give it away yet.
Clay said that I would have loved Big Cat's team. Was it just like high alpha team?
A lot of playmakers.
All I saw was Josh Allen in the second. Was the one thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bold. How bold.
What if it's
on DK? On DK, you can get Josh Allen in the third, but he is the guy that goes off. I do like maybe if it was at the end of the second and he wanted. I have done Josh Allen and Kincaid stack in the 2-3 just to make sure I get them.
It is quite a world when Best Ball Breakfast has more live views each week than Big Cat streaming his draft does right now, which goes to show you got to play to what your audience wants.
That is so true. That's like the average Barstool person. What they want is they want him like a stream of Barstool of Big Cat playing slots. I feel like that would crush for them, like online slots. That would be like 20K live concurrence.
Or one of his like coworkers giving him a little hit in the balls every time he takes a player ahead of ADP. Let's like get some jackass tomfoolery in here.
Oh, all right, David, Mahomes win at 25 in this draft to Butt-Wreckers 2023. Shout out. that I think that's the new Josh Norris nightmare. And congratulations to our $1.5 million champion, Butt-Wreckers 2023.
Butt-Wreckers also a Casey Stack wrecker there.
Yeah, correct.
Man.
Dave,
Yeah.
Can you give us a small hint to how this might be dealing with your mission?
Yeah. I mean, you're the one who gave me the mission, so
I know, but I'm reminding the viewers that you are doing a mission.
I am doing a mission that Davis got me.
And the mission was not to draft a good team. David has drafted a good team right now through 5 picks, but that's not the bit that he's trying to do.
I'll give a hint. Jaden Reed, I have virtually 0 of him this year on both sides. So that is a little bit of a hint.
Okay.
All right.
Hollywood Brown in the 4th round. That's a sight to see.
A sight for sore eyes. You might even
My eyes are sore from looking
Guys,
at it.
we have training camp coming up. And let me just say, some of these guys are just going to start skyrocketing. Hollywood Brown, one of those guys. Wait till you see all these highlights. It's going to happen.
Kyle Pitts ahead of Mark Andrews.
Wow, Mark Andrews. That's the latest I've seen Andrews go in a long time.
Rashee Rice would be the line Bart pick. James Cook helps me fulfill my mission.
Yeah, do James Cook.
James Cook, welcome to the team. Yeah, David, did you see the Jordan Love quotes about Dontavian Wicks?
I did. And I got plenty of them. Also, bags are packed. So that's why I don't have like any Jaden Reed because you can just get the equivalent like 4 rounds later, 5 rounds later. Like he's going in the 130s. And I know, listen, I love drafting on Drafters, Underdog, DraftKings.
If this isn't a guy fishing for an endorsement deal, I don't know what is.
No.
All right, Peter, we can literally select a player I have not selected yet on underdog.com.
Who?
Josh Jacobs.
Okay. Well, in that case,
never mind. He just went. He literally just went.
Oh, duh. Grab a wide receiver here.
David, I'm going to get us a playmaker.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins. You heard of him?
Oh,
Playmaker.
baby. Gosh, I got tons of Hopkins too. Again, this team is just going to be I feel so good about my best ball teams. Let me get back to that point though. Right now, DraftKings drafts are just off the rails because they're running all these promotions for like the All-Star break. You know, get in. They're running like a 5-day get in. They're doing all these trips. And so you've got some like no badge bros on DK that
is
are in
the call
there.
coming from inside the train station, Dave?
No. I'm just saying some of these drafts are pretty weird that are happening on DK right now. But I have to save my drafts. I'm on the clock here. Yeah, I could do that.
Continued piss boy start here.
Yeah.
You gonna keep pissing?
Yeah, I think I don't have a choice to.
Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson had a Ladd McConkey, Brian Thomas.
Yeah. Jordan
Addison falling quite a bit.
What's the thing people like to say? Ladd McConkey could be anything. He could be Deontay Johnson even.
That's a real Pat Carrain-ass line right there.
Yeah, as far as this mission though, I'm like having to check screen 1, screen 2, screen 1, screen 2 just to see what the options are. It's a good mission. This might be the best mission that Davis has given me.
Mission, but it's kind of hard.
Davis was excited about this mission too. He was excited about his creativity in the suggestion.
Well, ever since I decided like we've done enough of the like draft a true 0 RB team. Like ever since we decided to move on past that, I think the missions I'm more
Hyper
excited about them.
fragile.
Yeah.
Which was exactly the mission that Kitchen gave me.
Classic.
That I then told Davis. So why are we even hiding it? Because all three of us know what that mission is. I guess the viewers don't.
Everyone, the viewer
viewers
does not
don't.
know. The viewers,
Yeah.
This is what we do this for. We do this for the viewers. You know, when my guy Fareed ran to Twitter to thank me after he won the $3 million, that was enough payment for me. That's why I don't monetize my Live a Little YouTube channel.
Well,
You're not monetized because you're not a YouTube partner, buddy.
The love of the game, the love of the stream.
All right, Peter, we are about up on the clock by ADP. Kyler Murray, Keon Coleman, Najee Harris, Jake Ferguson, Jamison Williams, Zamir White, Jonathan Brooks.
I like Jonathan Brooks on this team.
Shipper Jonathan Brooks.
You want to hear how Fareed just big dicked me? Listen to this move by him. He slides into my DMs the other day and he's like, "Hey man, would love to do a show sometime soon." He's like, "I'm finally back drafting a little bit more." And I was like, "Great, man." Gave him some options, and then he just ghosted me for like 5 days. Have not heard back from Fareed. Was trying to book him.
All right, I'm gonna do a click here that completely gives away my mission. I'm gonna select.
Oh, hang on, before you do, can we scroll down too, please? I can't see anything.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna also say Brock Bowers being give us one crack at a tight end here, and make sure you're not messing up the mission from my mission.
I will take Brock Bowers because Bowers is more fun. I almost completely gave away the gambit with my last.
But Davis, you've already completed it. It sounds like, and you keep trying to complete it over and over again.
It's the thing is, it's on the borderline. Like the number that you gave me, it's like it's negotiable, effectively.
Okay.
So there's a number. There's a minimum threshold.
There's a minimum threshold, David.
Okay.
Great comment here from the chat. Kitchen, with Al Smizzle retiring, you are one of the few OGs left. What's your outlook on the next 5 to 10 years?
You're gonna regret asking this question, Aeon.
No, this dude's cool. He's a CLN 2013 is a good dude.
No, I know.
It is true. Smiz and I on the first ever Grinders live show over 10 years ago. And so really what I feel like yesterday was him passing the torch.
One of them so successful he could retire, the other one not to 1K subs on YouTube yet.
he just told me, "Hey, now is your time. Now is your time." People aren't coming to see Smiz, but you know what? They might come to see the Live. And honestly, the Live a Little channel will be dead. I have to figure out what's going to happen during the actual football season. We might actually pivot to season-long fantasy football.
What? Like going through your waivers?
Yeah.
David doing his
pickups.
waivers in his home league.
Top pickups, just figuring out, because can't do DFS. DFS, like, that does directly compete with everything, and I'm not really sure. Ooh, Chubb goes 97th. Pete,
Records does not care, bro.
Well, Pete is kind of one of the ones that set this in motion.
I was pumping Nick Chubb's bag. Nick Chubb was pumping his own bags doing 540-pound squats the other day. It is funny. I wrote about it in the Fantasy Life newsletter. His ADP on like ESPN is legit like 80, 85. Same on Yahoo, and then on Underdog it's like 146. Which is funny. And then all the rookie wide receivers are like the inverse. Like Keon Coleman goes at pick like 160 on ESPN. Is that it's like a 5th round pick on Underdog.
Yeah, I am working on a cheat sheet basically that we do for our FFPC main event, and I think I'm gonna just put it on the Patreon this year, or maybe sell it. I don't know. But the point is, I'm pulling in all these ADPs from where people do their home leagues, and it's like Dontavian Wicks, 197.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you explain to those people where he goes on Underdog?
Well, I'm writing up an article this week for Fantasy Life about transitioning from Best Ball Brain to redraft, and I used Dontavian Wicks as like the example.
He is like he and Jalen Warren are the examples, basically.
Yeah.
All right. We are about on the clock. We probably need another wide receiver. I can fulfill my mission with this next selection. I can just be done with it.
All right, you've really embraced this mission I gave you.
Yeah.
I'm jazzed, dude. I'm jazzed. I've obviously been drafting a ton on stream. So Khalil Shakir, uncorrelated to Josh Allen. If you guys are not able to get my mission from here, then you need to find a new channel, probably. Pete, I've been doing all these drafts on stream, and it becomes a bit, when you're drafting so often and then having to narrate your thought process, it becomes a bit monotonous.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
And now people understand why I like to mix it up on stream.
Yeah.
I'll also be mixing it up on stream on the Live a Little channel.
Dave, honestly, you could go back. You need to call the channel something else. No one can find it.
No.
You need to call it David Kitchen _FF.
No. Would go against the ethos of everything that I've stood for and everything that people have come to expect from me.
All right, Peter, we are on the clock. We got a real falling Dak Prescott here. We've got no pressing positional needs other than quarterback. This will probably be a 3-quarterback team.
Yeah, probably a running back in this range.
All right, by my ranking, it's Chase Brown or Javonte. By ADP, it's Tajay Spears or Singletary.
I like any of those. I mean, this is probably, we're getting close to being all set at running back. So just whatever's the highest upside swing. Is there any correlation tiebreakers there? Let's do Spears with Hopkins.
Okay, cool. I was going to say Javonte sets up a backdoor, but we can always take Estime.
Did you say you had Spears lower in your rankings?
Yeah.
I don't have Spears lower than his overall ADP, but I have him lower than his positional ADP because I have Javonte and Chase Brown so high.
I think 111 is a good value for him. Let me go ahead and just service the audio listeners.
Thank you, Dave.
So Pete missed the plan that we've had for the past 10 weeks. And also Davis put it in both our Swolecast chat and the StreamYard chat. Not his fault, though. My fault. And so he's not in this, but he's helping Davis with his combined mission. I have the 2 slot. Davis has the 10 slots. Oh, boy.
Well, we also are doing Peter's mission as well.
That's what I said, a combined mission.
Okay.
So I've got Tyreek, Devonta, Hollywood Brown, Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson, and Romeo, and obviously Jordan Love on this team, with the running backs HN and
Can I take a guess at your mission?
Yeah.
Is this like so on the ship chasing show the other day when we were doing the roast drafts and we were talking about a single stack, Matthew Stafford and Kitchen had the line that you're playing the scenario where Puka and Cooper Kupp run into each other, and now you've drafted Dobbs and Reed. Is this like the one where like Dontavian Wicks runs into like the field goal post or something?
No.
And then what happens in that reality?
No, because I don't know if Davis's screen. No, it's not frozen because you can see I just took Dontavian Wicks.
Okay, guys,
wow.
I gotta shout out. Aaron Eisenberg got it literally verbatim, like literally exactly what Peter said to me in the chat. Davis taking guys he has less than 4% of.
Well, verbatim was 2%, but
Sure,
yes,
close enough. Yeah. Shout out Aaron Eisenberg. You got it. It was I have to at least 2 guys I've got less than 2% of. Khalil Shakir, I had it a cool 0%, and James Cook, I had it 2%. Really giving away my my team biases there. I wonder what those 2 players have in common that I don't like about them. It's hard to say.
Kitchen, let me see the rest of your roster and see if I can get another. So you're onslaughting Green Bay. Was your to take every single Green Bay wide receiver?
No, you're not going to be able to get it just yet. It will come
Okay.
together. It will come together. But you will not be able to, you might not be able to get it until honestly later on.
Okay.
You'd have to be a longtime subscriber to the Live a Lotto channel.
All right. And then Davis's team right now, less than 4%. Puka with Jonathan Taylor, Tank Dell, T. Higgins, James Cook, DeAndre Hopkins, Jonathan Brooks, Brock Bowers, Khalil Shakir, and Tajay Spears. So he's coming up on his 11th round pick. And let me just say,
Pete, we are on the clock. We've got 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, and a tight end. We've got Stafford set up for a stack. We've got Levis set up for a stack.
What wide receivers available?
Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, Jalen Polk are the best. I don't hate Polk here.
Yeah, Polk's fine. Give us another quarterback.
Shipper. His most recent underdog update is Clear Path, the number 1 wide receiver role. Mean Muggin, it's not all the players are 4%. It's just I had to take at least 2 players who I had less than 2% of. I have probably 10% Hopkins or whatever. I'm not underweight on him. All right, we are about up on the clock again.
Butt Wrecker took Adam Thielen in the 10th round.
Peter, Ezekiel Elliott is the clear running back here by both by ADP and by rank.
I don't like him in this build. Like we already have we don't need his touches early.
Marshawn Lloyd is probably better.
That's fine.
Yeah. I just Willis in the chat really wanted us to take Zeke, and I'd been Zeke pilled by the chat effectively.
Zeke has his place on teams. 0RB, Dallas squads. I feel like we didn't have either of those here.
I don't like this narrative going on that people are acting like I am not the Bo Melton thought leader. There's Chris Mazzone and Get Shrek Brow pretending that I am not the Bo Melton thought leader.
You can't be the Dontavian Wicks conductor and the Bo Melton thought leader. Like you can't be.
I am, because I'm the Jordan Love conductor.
What exposure do you have to Jordan Love, Mr. Conductor?
Probably like 9%.
You can't be the conductor with 9%. I'm 1% over the field. Therefore,
yards per route run. Yards per route run is a quarterback stat, Peter. You heard that one?
You got to be at least double the field to get to be a conductor of a train.
I'm not double the field. I'm double the field on one quarterback, and everyone in the world knows who it is. There's only one guy.
So Davis,
same.
You went from being Davis went from being a sophisticated auto drafter to Brick bowling you into going so hard on all your guys, and then you're a week and a half into streaming, and now you're smoothed out exposure, bro, again?
I think it's that just at quarterback. It's impossible to get like that many, because you're taking multiple of them and you're taking them with their teammates.
Gritty says, "Love my beer."
Between Mahomes at 16% and Kyler Murray at 8%, I've got 16 quarterbacks at or above the field. I mean, it's very hard. Yeah, Mean Muggin. Okay, you're right. This is fair. This is a fair comment. You can't be the Bo Melton guy and the Greg Dortch guy. Fair. If you want to stick me with one of those two things, I'm the Dortch guy.
What did Brick say to you to get you to like momentarily go all in on?
Well, first off, I've got more stances and more money behind my takes than anyone watching or anyone else on this channel. But also, Brick basically did a statistical analysis of all the people who did 150 max last year and found that I was like one of the 100 nittiest players.
Are we about to show our number of amounts drafted so far?
All right, Pete, we are on the clock. I think we take Stafford here with Nakua.
Get our first quarterback? Sure.
Yeah.
Watson goes 152. Amazing. Davis, how many DK millies have you done? Can you even say?
Like 60.
Oh. I'll be doing my 99th and 100th tonight live on the Live a Little stream.
Why are you wanting to do so many of them before training camp?
because right now I can't stop, and that's why I have paused them. Like I'm trying to do like I did the 5 max this morning. I was the $5 5 max or $4 5 max, but I'm just for the next 2 days, these drafts are just going to continue to be soft, and we're talking about like just guys going like, well, you're really just scratching it. Like we're living a lot out here. So I feel like there's an edge right now, but I also know that like once the normies get into it in August, there's also going to be an edge. So I'm just like, I'm
Dave,
trying to slow it down. I really am.
You used to be the voice of the people, the voice of the normies, the normie proxy, if you will. And now you're just using the same elitist tout language that every other best ball streamer thought leader uses.
No, I'm
Pete,
here to help. I'm here to
on
help
the clock.
normies.
We need a wide receiver or a tight end, I think. Wide receivers like QJ, Wandale, Roman Wilson, Troy Franklin. Franklin would probably be mine.
Wandale in case we need another quarterback option.
Well, Franklin does the same thing.
Okay, fine. I'm not going to complain.
No, I'll take my short king. Welcome. I like Franklin too, and so it's fine.
Yeah, and let me just say, I'm always here to help the normies. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel.
Why don't you name the channel Voice of the Best Ball Normie? The Best Ball Normie's voice.
Davis, that's way too long of a channel name.
But live a little.
That's a tagline.
Normie is
tagline
specific of a term to help for SEO. You need 2 massively ambiguous words in your title.
Let me tell you, you guys realizing live on air on Ship Chasing that the algorithm thinks it's live a little and not live a little is one of the most I've ever laughed at a fantasy football YouTube stream. I mean, truly, that is a seminal best ball moment to me. I'll never forget it.
It was good.
People love the roast draft. They're asking if I could be a regular guest. And listen, any other time, maybe. There are people asking. And I just can't. I can't commit with everything else going on with the normal job, the stream, family duties, everything.
I love how stream gets placed out of family. Normal job, live a little.
Nothing but
my beautiful family.
Yeah, searching David Kitchen will just pull all cooking tutorials. Well, we certainly do cook on the channel.
David, let's see what happens when I Google David Kitchen, live a little fantasy football. Maybe.
If you search live a little fantasy football, it will come up.
The first thing that comes up when I search David Kitchen, live a little fantasy football is the Ship Chasing YouTube short of you talking about your channel.
There's not even a channel recommendation above there.
I got nothing. I got Living a Little with David Kitchen on Liam Murray. I got the Ship Chasing roast draft on Ship Chasing. And David Kitchen drafts the worst team ever on the Peter Overzet randomizer.
I will say, if you Google Live a Little David Kitchen, the first hit is a title to our video called The David Kitchen SEO Masterclass. That is so good.
If you type in Live a Little Fantasy, it is the top. My last stream is the top result.
I'm getting there is a 8-year ago DFS Sports. Hi, I'm David Kitchen, aka Soccer Dave AMA on Reddit.
If you type in Live a Little Fantasy Football, the channel is first, and then the other thing is second, followed by
I think probably football. Only on your account.
No, I opened this up on an incognito window. What has happened is that
oh, I did get it. I did. Yeah. There it is.
That's what I'm saying. It's called the sandbox, bro, and we're out of it. We're playing with the big kids. Draft 99 and draft 100 tonight, live on air. Time to be determined.
Your vidIQ overall score is a 47 out of 100.
I love that you're in the vidIQ streets, Davis.
But this is the point. Who is Googling Live a Little Fantasy Football?
Will you pull up the screen I just shared when you get a sec? So one of the top results when you say, who is David Kitchen? It says, meet David Kitchen, the head of Leadership Edge Academy. This is your competition in the SEO streets, Dave.
Canvas Rebel? Is this like a What is
He's a
Canvas
former
Revenue?
Division I coach, so like someone with actual bona fide athleticism.
He knows
background.
ball is sort of the issue there.
Oh wow, the real
Georgia
David
Southern.
Kitchen.
UNLV. I need to meet this guy.
Look at this, the 80-20 rule. This does look like a PowerPoint slide David would have put on for the
Burrito
Fantasy
principle.
Insider meeting.
That's Burrito's principle.
Leaders are built, not born.
Boy.
Wow. I feel like
they-
you guys would legit be fast friends.
Yes. 100%. Look at him at the U.
Look at that.
Like,
All right, that's my David Kitchen right there.
Wow. After what I did for you, that hurts.
What did
That
you do for
really-
me, Dave? Sometimes I need a reminder.
Jeez. Sometimes that branch gets a little bit too big for the tree. You know what happens? You know what happens when the branch gets too big for the tree? It tries to break off 100%.
39 out of 100 on your screen.
Yeah. See? We're going to get there. We're going to get there. It's just I only have 2 videos out right now. For what we have and the amount of support, people are just going to the channel to blindly support me. And they've told me that on Twitter amongst the unprovoked attacks this week. And again, appreciate it. Love it.
The operative
I've
word
never
there is
felt-
blindly, because the best thing you do is draft teams literally blind.
Literally blind.
Great back-to-back picks there, Davis. We get a mega Titan stack here. Levis, Nuke, Tajay.
We are all in. We are all in on the 2024 pass rate over expectation champions, the Tennessee Titans. People are saying
Gosh.
this more and more.
I'm getting
Dave, you
really
download
nervous.
NCAA 25. You live in
No.
the dream.
I am not gonna lie. I grew up, and it just does not hit me with the same amount. Like Ben Pritchett, he posts daily updates for the past year and a half, really, since they announced that this even
So
was going to come to light.
please highlight Mike Rob's comments, please. Kitchen got some extra subs from his advertising on True Social. He calls them his back the blue trap.
Buddy, we're all in this together. If there's one thing this weekend has shown us is that we're all united.
Totally. That's definitely the message.
I
that's
still
happening across
cannot
the United
believe,
States
Davis,
right
that
now.
you went live right after one of the most historical events in this nation's recent history and just said, oh, it's okay.
What am I going to do? I'm going to cancel my plans because something out of my control happened.
Or just maybe like take it all in, maybe just appreciate.
What is there to take in? What did I need to mentally process, Dave?
All right. I completed your mission, Davis.
Shout out to you. I completed my mission too. And we completed Peter's mission too. Did anyone get Peter's mission? Peter, do you think this is a third quarterback or a third tight end team or neither?
Definitely a third quarterback.
I think I agree. The guy I wanted is gone. And
What about Dimes?
Dimes is there, and the other guy that I want is still there too.
Okay. Sounds like we have options.
Yeah. I love to layer in optionality at my pass catcher position so that I'm never left without a raft at the end.
Hey, how do you guys feel about King Henry this year?
I think he's completely fine, but why I can't take him over Kyron is the issue.
I'm waiting to
Over
see where he
Kyron?
is on JJ's draft list.
I drafted him in the in that 5 max this morning, and
All right,
May came after
May
me.
with Polk or Dimes with Wandale.
Oh,
Pete?
May.
Yeah.
So Kyle was in the draft,
Shipper.
and he said, "This ain't." I drafted him in the 3rd round because I feel like Derrick Henry in the 30s. There's a part of me that just can't pass that up. I have only 4% of him though on DK, but I just feel like it's so easy to get running backs there. Josh ADHD said the guy might catch 40 passes this year. So what are your thoughts just on his pass catching ability?
Hang on, Davis. Let's take a dust ball New England wide receiver, Bourne or Osborne.
Not Greg Dortch.
No, Greg Dortch has no place on this team.
He's a bring back for our Ram stack.
Yeah, we also just selected Drake May, which is of more importance than your little short king.
We already have Jalen Polk.
We're double stacking Drake May, Davis.
I did it. Fine.
Thank you. Finally helping you draft a good team. Sorry, what was the question, Kitchen?
I forget. Pass catching from Derrick Henry. I just want to know where you guys stand before training camp starts. This is your time to make a stand.
So you can know what you want, like the football take, or how to approach it from fantasy take.
Oh, whoa! Look at analyst Peter Overzet saying you want it this
expert,
way,
please. Expert. Some of us are putting our money where our mouth is. Kitchen.
Oh, you don't think I am? I've got more money.
No, you are. That's why you're the expert.
Yeah, I've got more money than both of you guys combined in this year's draft so far.
I don't think Henry's going to catch a lot of passes in this offense. I don't even think anyone who's super high on him this year is high on him because of
anyone who's super high on him believes merely that he will be scoring 22 touchdowns, probably.
How funny would it be if like the Ravens spent the entire offseason implementing the tush push for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry didn't get any goal line carries? I would laugh. I think that'd be fun.
I think Lamar is going to go nuke. I think Lamar had a potential nuke fantasy season last year, and the defense was just too good. We just need the defense to regress just a smidgen, and we're talking like a potential 4,000 passing yard season, like 4,000 passing touchdowns, 20 yards, 28 passing touchdowns, 11 rushing touchdowns, and he is like the guy you needed to have.
And this is why these drafts after coming from DK are so refreshing, because you can get these guys in the 5th round. Like you can get one of the top 4 in the 5th round on Underdog. Like, well, I guess Lamar went 4th round on this one, but he routinely goes in the 5th. And I agree with you. I am trying to draft these top 5 guys as much as possible. Early round QB strategy.
All right, guys, we gotta guess David's mission.
Yeah, let me see the full thing here. So we had Conklin, Henry, Ben Sinnott. So all late
David went Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, Devin Achane, Hollywood Brown, Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson, Kenneth Walker. Jordan Love is his first quarterback, then Romeo Doubs, then Wicks, then Gus Edwards, then Xavier Legette, Ty Chandler, Antonio Gibson, Hunter Henry, Bryce Young, Tyler Conklin, Ben Sinnott. So late 3 tight end, Bryce Young and Jordan Love each stacked, double stacked actually on his team.
The only thing like truly out of the ordinary was just onslaughting the pack. Oh, and just drafting a good team. That this does look like a rare, nice team for Kitchen.
True.
I don't know. Has the chat had any good guesses?
No one. I think maybe I should have had David construe a hint for everyone. David.
I mean, I did with the wide receiver that I had not drafted before. Correlates to the quarterback. But yeah, so Davis's mission for me was to draft a quarterback that I did not have 4% of. So under 4% quarterback, and pair him with 2 pass catchers. So I went ahead and did 3 on Green Bay, and then I went Bryce Young, and honestly don't have a lot of Xavier Legette. So went him because Thielen went so early, and Deontay Johnson. I don't have a lot of him either. So this was
a good team, Kitchen.
Yeah.
I like this
Thank
team.
you.
Yeah. It's funny what happens when what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give Dave a bunch of missions that are slightly different to draft the team, because I think and Dave, I get this way too. Sometimes I will draft on autopilot and just draft, my standard team. Now, the difference is, well, you do the same thing, but your standard team is bad, whereas most people's standard teams are good.
My standard team is not bad, Davis.
You can.
If you looked at my most owned players, a lot of them overlap with yours.
Can we look at your most owned players?
Yeah, let's go to the.
David, can you share your screen with us, please?
Yeah, but how do I do it on desktop?
It's pretty.
Okay, I see it.
Easy.
I see it.
Present.
No, I was talking about the exposure tab on desktop.
Oh, here, you just go drafts.
I found it.
Exposure.
All right, so we're sharing it right now. So these guys are not.
That is a lot of Watson and Judy.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
The rest of it, honestly, you're right. I mean, Najee and Mike Williams and Thielen.
That's a lot of likely.
So it's out of nowhere.
It's not even stacked with Lamar.
It's not even correlated.
How did you never even talk about him on the show? You're like the world's biggest likely bull.
Where is that coming from, Dave?
Because I like getting like one. Let's go to tight ends. So you see McBride is number 2 with 15%.
Yeah, 6% less.
Yeah, but it just comes where he's later on in the draft, and I just think his floor is already pretty high. Like he's already going to do pretty good.
David,
with
his floor is 0.
His floor is 0.
It's not.
His floor is
His floor is not. It's
absolutely
absolutely his floor is not. Listen, I need to put on my analyst hat and because last year, even on when Mark Andrews came back, he's still going to be in these packages. And if Mark Andrews goes down, he's going to skyrocket to a top 5 tight end. Like, so why wouldn't I draft?
The past 2 segments have been David Kitchen forcing receptions onto Ravens players who aren't going to catch
any passes.
Someone's got to.
Oh shit.
Someone has to.
Oh shit. JGFC is with you, dude. JGFC says he's learning all the wide receiver routes this year. JGFC, a channel legend on Peter's channel.
I will
also,
say Kitchen's exposures are like so polarized of like niche piss boy favorites, normie favorites. It's just like a fucking Jackson Pollock thing
because that's how David processes things. You know, David he's reading the normie shit. You know, he's reading he's like watching Get Up on ESPN.
Like,
but then
he
also
Brown back to back is just beautiful.
David, that is the
we've got listen. Everyone goes through their eras, right? I go through different best ball eras.
That is what I'm getting at, is that
yes.
Sometimes you draft like a piss boy and sometimes you draft like a normie, and it creates the most like bifurcated, like literally look at Najee Harris and Tony Pollard going back to back against each other.
Whoa, I thought you were the Russ drafter. You have 10% field.
10% fields.
This is on Underdog, where again it's a fraction of where I am at on DK. DK 2 extra rounds as well, but you can see Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Will Levis, Dak Prescott, top 4. Then the Russ Wilson camp story started coming out, and that's also like this is percent. So I'm sure these are like lower drafts. This isn't.
So could you blur out the dollar amount? You know, leave something to be imagined here.
I think blurring out the dollar amount, whether it be a lot or a little, is so stupid.
Oh, I went on a whole rant on this on Best Ball Breakfast on Monday. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Like what exactly is it that it's like, I don't know.
No, my take was I literally do not care until you blur it out, and then I care deeply. What are you hiding?
Yeah. Like if someone's going to shame you, then let them shame you. Who does it? Are you guys going to name names?
Everybody, like 1 out of every 2 best ball portfolio screen shares does it.
I just don't understand it. No one's going to stake shame you, dude. We all get it. It's,
dude, these puppy drafts fill in like 2.5 hours. Like no one is shaming someone for doing cheap drafts.
Yeah, like buddy, I'm in here doing 150 slow puppies. I got no room to shame anyone anywhere.
The president was The future president was nearly assassinated, and Davis went live to draft $5 best ball teams. We're not shaming anyone.
For 4 hours.
You can't see though, like so pull up my screen. You
And
can
then we gotta
see,
go.
yeah, you can see like I've got 31% Deshaun Watson with 398. At 390 is 11% Cooper Kupp.
15% Darnell Mooney is just that's something.
I think Darnell Mooney is going to have a great year. All right, like and subscribe because I'm sure Peter and Davis. Mooney is going to have an awesome year this year. Let's make some bets.
You might
the
want to
Mooney.
blur that one out. I'll make an
No.
exception. Blur that
I
out.
will make an
To the
exception.
Mooney.
You can redact Mooney.
No, to the Mooney. You got Kirk Cousins under center. We're going to the Mooney. All right. Like and subscribe because I'm sure Davis didn't say that, and Pete probably didn't know he was supposed to say it since I wasn't here. So like, subscribe, leave comments, please. We love your comments. And final thoughts, Davis.
Final thoughts. Please subscribe to the Davis_Matic YouTube channel. It's very, very easy to find. I can't overstate how easy it is to find on YouTube.
Pete.
As the real David Kitchen once said, you get 80% of the benefits from 20% of the work.
And let me just say again, we are coming together as a country, and we've got both sides coming together, experts and analysts coming together. So appreciate everyone for their love and support. Go search out the Live a Little channel. And it's easy to find now. And we'll be drafting 99 and 100 tonight. We'll see you next time here on the Swolecast on RotoGrinders.com. Peace.